The 2008 Clone Wars show was by far some of the best Star Wars content out there, and one of the best aspects of the show is of course the actual clones. The clones that intrigued me the most in the show were those that were part of the Domino Squad, and I thought it would be fun to put everything in order and go over their entire timeline, as many of the episodes are in the wrong order. Now, there will be major spoilers for the entire show, including a bit of the final season that wrapped up not too long ago, so there's your warning. Now, let's get started. The Domino Squad consisted of 5 members: CT-1409, aka Echo, CT-275555, aka Fives, CT-782, aka Hevy, CT-4040, aka Cutup, and CT-002010, aka Droidbait. Each of them was cloned from the original host and bounty hunter named Jango Fett, and they were made on the planet Kamino for the Grand Army of the Republic. They had rapid growth, going from a baby to a young kid, and finally to a fully grown man and soldier in a very short amount of time. They did a lot of training on Kamino, and eventually they were all paired up into a group that was dubbed Domino Squad. As I said, each of them got a nickname. Hevy got his nickname because of his expertise in the use of heavy weapons, and was named by a Bad Batch clone named 99. Echo got his nickname for repeating orders in the field.
We all heard the orders, Echo! Stop calling me that! Stop repeating every order!
For Fives, he gave himself his nickname because his clone number ended with 4 5s in a row. Droidbait got his nickname because he had trouble getting down and avoiding incoming droids, and Cutup got his nickname when one of the bounty hunters training them called him this while punishing him.
You're a real Cutup, aren't you?
During their training, they were overseen by Jedi Knight Shaak Ti and 2 bounty hunters named Brick and Alice. The clones did not work well together, having terrible communication and getting frustrated with each other. Hevy thought he could do it all on his own. Echo could not adapt to the situation. Droidbait made himself an easy target for the enemy. Fives got angry easily, and Cutup easily surrendered. Shaak Ti and the bounty hunters saw how much they were struggling, and even Shaak Ti, the wise Jedi, agreed that maybe they should be sent down to sanitation duty on Kamino instead of going out into the field. After the simulation, they all yelled at each other, and Hevy and Echo even got into a physical fight that had to be broken up by Brick. Brick told them that he had high hopes for them, but now he said that even the Bad Batcher 99 had more sense than they did while being a maintenance clone, something that they were pretty close to coming to as well if they were sent to be on sanitation duty. 99 stood up for them, saying that Brick didn't give them enough credit, but Brick walked away saying that they were a waste of his time. Domino Squad's final test was fast approaching, and when that day came, they were told by an ARC trooper to remember that they were brothers and that they had to stay united. After watching another squad be perfect, a squad that made fun of them before it was their turn,
Time to watch the dominoes fall.
Domino Squad came far from perfect. The ARC trooper watching immediately said that they were sloppy, and Brick continued to say that they weren't ready. Once again, they began to argue and joke around.
Take it easy, I'm on your side. Get it? Your side, huh?
But as they got further than they ever had, they failed immediately for leaving Droidbait behind.
Broke formation, disobeyed orders, and you left a man behind. You broke rule number 1.
Everyone wrote Domino Squad off, and Brick even requested their immediate move to clean up and maintenance. That night, many of the clones in Domino Squad did something rash. Cutup talked back to Brick and made a joke of everything he said. Fives and Echo went to Shaak Ti and requested a transfer to another squad, something that only made her lose more respect for the two of them, but she told them that they had another chance to pass their final test. And perhaps the most rash out of all of them was Hevy, because not knowing that they had another chance, he was about to leave the clone army for good. Fortunately, 99, one of the few people that had the team's back, told him not to go, and informed him that they had another chance to pass. During their second final test, the team moved flawlessly, communicated brilliantly, and worked together perfectly. However, Brick sabotaged them by taking the cables out of their armor. Despite this, they worked together and came up with an amazing plan, passing the test in perhaps the most heroic and innovative way. Shaak Ti said that Brick cheating actually brought out the best in Domino Squad, and she said that they might be the finest soldiers she's ever seen. After getting their medals, Hevy went up to 99 and told him that he was lucky to have a brother like him. When 99 said goodbye to Hevy, he was sad that he would never see him again, but Hevy gave him his medal, promising 99 that he'd be back to get it from him.
You deserve it. You're one of us.
Domino Squad attended their graduation, going from cadets to troopers, and they headed out to fight in the Clone Wars, the thing that they were bred to do. Domino Squad felt on top of the world, but this wore off fast when they got their first assignment, which was to a tracking station where they watched the scope and which Hevy described as the most boring post in the Outer Rim. However, as their sergeant explained to them, it was one of the most important, as they were watching to make sure the Separatists did not try to attack where they were born on Kamino and where the Republic's entire army was created. If they let any threat get past their scopes, it could be the end for all of the clones and the war. They thought that the most exciting thing to happen was a meteor shower coming down, but this was no ordinary meteor shower. It was Separatist ships filled with droids. These droids killed the first member of Domino Squad as they shot Droidbait down, Droidbait living up to his name. Hevy, Fives, Cutup, and Echo then watched the sergeant die, and right before he was killed, he gave them orders to warn the fleet. They were forced to flee and give up the base, however, and when they did escape, they were met by giant eels that took Cutup's life. The second member of Domino Squad to be killed. Luckily for the remaining 3, Commander Cody and Rex arrived for an inspection, and the remaining Domino Squad members smartly shot up a droid attack flare for Rex and Cody to see. When Rex and Cody found them, they were again faced with a giant eel, and Rex shot it down with ease. When he went over to it, he got some of the creature's blue blood on his hand and proceeded to pat Echo on the chest, which permanently stained his uniform with a blue handprint. Rex then said to Cody that they had a batch of shinies.
Shinies, sir? That's right. Your armor. It's shiny and new. Just like you. Me and my batches are trained and ready. We'll take back our post, shiny or not. There's hope for you yet, rookie.
Together, the 3 remaining members of Domino Squad, along with Rex and Cody, took back the base, and from the base, they saw a Separatist fleet heading to Kamino. To make things worse, they realized that the droids had sabotaged their transmitter and hardwired the all-clear signal so they couldn't warn the Republic of the attack. An entire droid army then arrived, and they decided that the only course of action was to blow the outpost up, which would then make the all-clear signal disappear, meaning it would warn the Republic. They lured the droids into the base, but as they were about to flee, the remote detonator was not working, so Hevy said that he'd take care of it as the others escaped. Hevy, realizing that he could not fix it, however, told the others that he knew what he had to do. He single-handedly held the droids off with the big gun he was so fond of and where his nickname came from, and when he ran out of ammo, he chucked the gun at some droids. As he turned around, however, he was shot, but he was still determined to finish the job, and seriously injured, he crawled to the detonator and blew the place up, destroying all the droids, warning the Republic of the coming attack, and keeping his home and his brothers on Kamino safe.
We've got those tinnies on the run, thanks to Hevy.
Echo and Fives were awarded for their bravery by Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker. They were then assigned to a new unit, and Anakin said that they were lucky to have them. Rex then congratulated them, said that they were not shinies anymore, and told them that they were exactly the kind of men he needed in the 501st, the most elite of all of the clone troopers. When it became clear that Ventress and Grievous were attacking Kamino, even after Hevy's sacrifice, Anakin commanded Rex and Cody to gather the 501st, and this now included Echo and Fives. When they returned to Kamino, Echo and Fives saw 99, and 99 asked them where Hevy was. After informing him about what happened, 99 became very sad, and to the shock of Echo and Fives, he pulled out Hevy's medal.
Hevy gave you his medal?
When the attack began, the ARC trooper in charge called for Echo and Fives, and he told the 2 of them that he was putting them in the most dangerous but important position as snipers up on the bridge. While up there, 99 came up to them and gave them grenades. Fives, Echo, and 99 then escorted young cadets to safety, and when they met Rex and Cody, they decided to fight, Fives and Echo inspiring the young cadets.
We're one and the same. Same heart, same blood. Your training is in your blood, and my blood's boiling for a fight. This is our home. This is our war.
They went to the armory, and there, Domino Squad, Rex, Cody, and the young cadets held the droids back, but it came at a cost, as 99 was shot down during the fight. After the battle was won, Rex and Cody promoted Fives and Echo to ARC Troopers, or Advanced Recon Commandos, one of the biggest honors a clone can get. They got an upgrade to their old clone armor, which was standard issue for ARC Troopers, and they began going on more special and dangerous missions that standard clones couldn't handle, including one rescue mission to the Citadel. They both underwent carbon freezing along with the other Jedi and clones going with them to gain access to the Citadel, and when they got there, things did not get easier as they had to free climb a wall full of electro mines. They made their way to Master Peel, and Echo and Fives were the first to enter his cell, clearing the way for the others. They then went to rescue Tarkin and the rest of his fleet. The team split up, and the 2 Domino Squad members went with Anakin's team while the rest went with Obi-Wan. Eventually they were in a tight spot, and when one of the droids was going to blow up the shuttle that they needed to escape, Echo took action. Fives saw it before Echo did and screamed for him to look out. But before he could react, the ship next to him was blown up, taking Echo's life.
Echo!
The team was very shaken by the loss of such an incredible soldier, but this was not the last we would see of Echo. Fives was devastated, and now was the last member of Domino Squad to still be alive. As they moved on to the rendezvous point, Fives looked back one more time where he knew his fellow soldier and brother lay. Fives was a vital member of the team as they made their escape, and he proved just how skilled he was in war, even after taking such a heartbreaking blow. The team eventually made it to the rendezvous point to meet Obi-Wan's squad, and they became the first people to ever escape the Citadel. Fives was later assigned to a mission on Umbara, their goal to conquer the capital city and hold it, and Fives and Rex were excited to be working together again.
Just like old times, Rex.
Here, Fives showed just how clever he was in battle, which so clearly separated him from the other troopers. Anakin was soon replaced by Jedi Master Krell, and Fives did not like the way he treated him and the other clones, or his strategy that sacrificed so many of his brothers unnecessarily. When Krell yelled at Rex for falling back, and in effect saved his whole platoon, Fives had some words for Krell, which led to Krell putting a lightsaber to his neck, forcing Fives to stand down. When they got their next set of orders that again left the clones vulnerable, Fives became visibly upset and talked down on the plan, making Rex pull him aside to ask him to go along with the plan because the others looked up to him. Fives reluctantly agreed, and they were again overpowered, losing many men. Rex disobeyed orders, and he decided to send Fives and Hardcase to take the enemy's own weapons and use them to destroy the forward assault, and as always, Fives came through, clearing the way for Rex and his men to take the enemy base. Krell's next orders were again a suicide mission for the squad, and Fives was not having it.
I cannot just follow orders when I know they're wrong, especially when lives are at stake.
Fives had another plan, to take out the supply ship directly, something that he had learned from Anakin.
General Skywalker blew up a droid control ship when he was just a kid, and he told me the trick was hitting their main reactor from the inside.
Fives, Hardcase, and Jesse disobeyed direct orders and took the enemy ships, and after boarding the ship, they successfully blew it up from the inside, but it was at the price of losing Hardcase.
Where's Hardcase? He didn't make it. We couldn't have done it without him.
After this, however, they were brought before Krell, and Krell told Fives and Jesse that they would be executed for their treason. When they were facing the line of soldiers that was going to shoot them down, Fives gave an inspirational speech.
No clone should have to go out this way. We are loyal soldiers. We follow orders, but we are not a bunch of unthinking droids.
And this inspired his brothers to spare himself and Jesse. It was later discovered that Krell betrayed the Republic, and Fives along with Jesse were freed, given guns, and stood by Rex and their brothers to arrest Krell for his treason. When they realized they had to execute Krell, Dogma, another clone who up until this point had been on Krell's side, took Fives' gun and shot Krell dead, liberating Fives, Rex, and all of the other clones that Krell had killed. After this, with the help of Obi-Wan Kenobi, they successfully completed their mission.
We did it. We took Umbara.
While it appeared that Echo had died in the Citadel, this was not the case. The Separatists recovered his body and were able to bring him back to life, and because he was so highly ranked being an ARC trooper, he had the knowledge of many plans, specifically ones that he and Captain Rex had created together. The Separatists took the revived Echo to Skako Minor, and there they hooked him up to a bunch of machines and wires that connected to his brain. This way, they were able to use his mind to predict battle strategies of clones, allowing the Separatists to win many more battles. He was used as a pawn and was subjected to intense brainwashing, which made him help the Separatists fight his own brothers. Meanwhile, Fives was part of another assault being led by Anakin, and he was saved by fellow clone Cutup.
Thanks, brother. I owe you one. You owe me a lot more than one.
When they went back into battle, to his horror, Fives watched one of the brothers he was closest to shoot Jedi Master Tiplar down, and he was forced to tackle him and arrest him. Fives said goodbye to his friend as he headed out to Kamino, but after Cutup was kidnapped by the Separatists, Fives along with Anakin and Rex went to rescue him. Fives showed his brilliance with quick thinking to ensure that their mission was a success.
Grappling gun. Good thinking. Get ready to hold on. That's why he's the ARC trooper.
After rescuing Cutup, Fives went with him to Kamino this time, and there, Fives was put under a microscope as well to help find out what went wrong with Cutup. When Fives found out that they were going to execute Tup, Fives did some investigating, and he found a tumor in Tup's brain that he quickly removed, but it wasn't enough, as Tup died in his arms moments later. Fives was arrested for going behind the Kaminoan's back, and they attempted to wipe Fives' mind and put him on sanitation detail, the very thing that almost happened to him all those years ago when the rest of Domino Squad was still alive and in training. However, Fives, finding this out, escaped custody and had a medical droid see if he had the same chip that Tup had, and sure enough, he did. This made Fives investigate further, and he discovered that it was placed in all of the clones from the earliest stages of the clone's life. As Fives held a gun to Nalase's head, he told Shaak Ti about the evidence that he had found, and Shaak Ti said that Fives could go back to Coruscant and explain everything to the Chancellor. On the way there, however, Nalase, under the orders of the Chancellor, drugged Fives, and while drugged in front of the Chancellor, who was really Darth Sidious, Sidious manipulated the situation and made it seem as though Fives tried to kill him. Fives escaped and went into hiding on Coruscant, and there he found Kix, a fellow member of the 501st. He told Kix about the plot that he had discovered, and told him about the chips in the clone's head that were planted there by the Separatists and would make them turn on the Jedi just like Tup did to Master Tip Lar.
What I'm mixed up in, it goes all the way to the top. The highest levels are involved in the conspiracy.
He had Kix give Anakin and Rex coordinates, and as he moved on to meet them, he realized just how much Nalase drugging him had affected his head. Anakin and Rex met Fives where he had told them to, and he locked Anakin and Rex in so that they would listen. He told them how he was framed because he knew the truth about a plot and a master deception that would bring the Jedi down, but when Anakin and Rex did not believe him, the combination of being drugged and his frustration made him seem crazed. A team of clones came in, and Fives, feeling exposed, reached for a gun despite everyone telling him not to do it, and Fives was shot right in the chest. Rex held a dying Fives in his arms, and he told Rex that he was finally at peace.
The nightmares. They're finally over.
All of his fellow brothers watched on with great sadness, as they knew that they had lost one of the best clones to ever be bred, and a brother that they all looked up to and respected. Fives was shot down for trying to save the entire Republic, and because no one listened to him, the Separatists would come out on top. Rex never forgot his brothers, and he even kept a picture of himself with Fives and Echo.
Fives, Echo, before that Hevy. There's so many troopers gone.
When the Republic suffered a heavy loss in battle, Captain Rex theorized that Admiral Trench was using his own strategy algorithm against him, using it to predict and counter their every attack. Rex believed that Trench had learned this algorithm from Echo himself, as Echo had helped Rex design it years earlier. During their mission with the Bad Batch to find out how the Separatists knew of all of their attacks, Rex found out that it wasn't a program, but a live signal from the planet Skako Minor, and when they asked who it was, it responded in a clone's voice, saying that they were CT-1409, Echo's clone number.
I don't believe it.
1409.
Rex now knew that Echo was alive, and he was determined to find him. After finding out that the Republic had made contact with Echo, General Trench warned Minister Tambor on Skako Minor that a team was most likely on their way. And sure enough, they were, as Rex, the Bad Batch, and Anakin Skywalker all went to the planet to find Echo. When they made their way to where Echo's signal was tracked, Rex discovered his brother hooked up to many machines and wires. Echo had no idea where he was, thinking he was still in the Citadel.
We have to get to the shuttle to escape the Citadel.
Echo then realized that Rex was right in front of him, and Echo was surprised that Rex came back for him.
It's okay, Echo. You're safe now. Just sit tight, Trooper. You're going home.
It took a while to disconnect Echo, but when they did, Echo was back to normal. Using his knowledge of the base, Echo was able to direct the others on how to escape, and eventually they made it out of the base. Echo was alive and fully functioning with his own mind, but a good part of his physical body was now machine, with metal legs, a metal arm, and tech on his heart and head. After being rescued, Echo pulled Rex aside and thanked him for coming after him, and Rex said it would be just like old times.
Yeah, just like old times.
Echo later volunteered to be a part of their mission to retake the planet of Anaxis, saying that he could improve their chances, but Rex told him that he wasn't ready for battle. Mace Windu, however, said that he would hear Echo out, and Echo said that he could control General Trench's army to give them a fighting chance.
This time, I can help bring about a Republic victory instead of a defeat.
Many members of the team did not trust Echo, however, as they thought his loyalty still lay with the Separatists. Echo proved them wrong though, and he came through on his end of the plan and much more when it became clear that there was a bomb big enough to blow up the entire planet of Anaxis. Trent, realizing that Echo was in his system, sent a pulse which knocked him out, and the Bad Batch, now trusting Echo, helped get him out to safety. After the battle, Mace Windu personally thanked Echo, Rex, and the Bad Batch, and Obi-Wan told them that they had some medals coming their way. As Echo began to follow Rex to get that medal, he asked the Bad Batch if they were coming, and they told him that that wasn't really their thing. Hunter then asked Echo if that was his thing.
You sure it's your thing? Your path is different. Like ours. If you ever feel like you don't fit in with them, well, find us.
Rex, seeing Echo's hesitation, he told Echo that they go way back, and if he felt that his place was with the Bad Batch, then that's where he belongs. Realizing that he was no longer a normal clone, Echo decided that he wanted to join the Bad Batch, and before heading out with them, he gave his old friend one last look and saluted to his captain that he had been through so much with, ready to start a new adventure with a new team where his new identity would fit in perfectly. Echo journeyed with the Bad Batch, and together, with the help of Master Yoda, they fought alongside the Wookiees, protecting their home planet of Kashyyyk from the Separatists. Not long after Echo joined the Bad Batch, however, Order 66 took place, which forced all of the clones to turn on the Jedi because of the chip in their heads, the very chip that Fives had warned everybody about. It's unknown if the Bad Batch were affected by this, but looking at the general consensus of Star Wars fans online, most believe that the Bad Batch was affected by it, and they too turned on the Jedi and joined the Empire. This would make sense, as the chips were put in the clones in their earliest stage of life, before they would even discover that they were Bad Batch clones, so they would not treat them any differently and still put the chip in them. Countering that point, however, there is a chance that they remove the chips from their heads, but this most likely did not apply to Echo, as he joined the team so late, and they probably would have taken the chips out long before they met Echo. I see three possibilities for the end of Echo's life. 1. Echo lost his life at the hands of a Jedi that he went after. 2. Because he still had the chip and the other Bad Batch clones did not, they were forced to shoot him down when Order 66 came. Or 3. The chip made him be loyal to the Empire, and he either escaped the Bad Batch clones, or they turned their loyalties to the Empire as well, and Echo and all of the Bad Batch fought for the Empire. Expanding on that, Echo either died of old age in the Empire ranks, or died in combat fighting for the Empire. All of that is just speculation, however, none of that is canon. We're not sure entirely how Echo lost his life, but if we ever do find out, I'll be sure to make a video on it. Going back to Fives' sacrifice, though he was gone, and though he wasn't able to get the truth out there about the Separatist plot, his actions ended up saving Rex. When Order 66 went through, and the clones were forced to turn on the Jedi because of the chips in their heads, Rex told Ahsoka to find Fives.
Find him. Find him. Fives. Find him!
When she looked in old files, she discovered a video that Rex had made, relaying everything that Fives had said, and ultimately, this made Ahsoka remove Rex's chip. The Domino Squad came so far, starting out as some of the worst clone cadets on Kamino, to proving everyone wrong and beating the test despite all odds being against them, and they proved that they were not only good in the simulation, but in real combat as well. Echo and Fives ended up being part of the 501st, and later became ARC Troopers, something that most clones don't even come close to doing. Their arc was one of the most interesting in the series, and we will always remember Droidbait, Cutup, Hevy, Fives, and Echo. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You can follow me on social media to see more of my personal life and more of this little dude. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. I want to give a huge shout out to all my patrons listed below. If you want to be featured on the next video, plus get a bunch of other rewards, become a patron today. Again, thank you so much for watching, and look out for more great Movie Flame videos on the way.